me, Sam. Today I have a fun haul for you guys. I went to a book sale. A Half Price Books was having a sale where everything there was $2 and under. So Garrett and I went and got a bunch of stuff, and I'm going to share it with you guys today. So I'll start with Garrett's things that he got. Everything still has the clearance stickers on them, but Garrett got the 3 Minecraft books, the construction handbook, combat handbook, and the essential handbook. He was really into Minecraft when it was all the rage, like when we were in college, and he recently got some shelves put up in his room by my awesome brother-in-law. Millie, please stop. And so he thought that these would be cool to have in his collection of things. They're paperback and they're full color on the inside, and these were $1 each. Like, can you really go wrong? So he got those. And then he got some comics too. That's one of his things he likes to do, is to collect comics. So his favorite comic character is Batman, so he got a couple of Batman comics. This one is Batman Arkham Knight Genesis. He really likes the Arkham Asylum, that game, I don't know. And then Legends of the Dark Knight. And then he also got Secret Six. No idea what that is. It's DC as well. He likes DC. I like Marvel. You know, it's all good. So that was his haul. He was a little disappointed because there was a lot of people that were over by the comics, which is understandable. People are looking for a good deal. People were there with, you know, their scanners, scanning like pretty much every single book to see if it was worth anything. And obviously they do that with the comics as well. So he was a little disappointed. And it was super overwhelming. Like, there were just tables upon tables of books lined up in no particular order, just in kind of genre order. And then there was boxes underneath all of the tables that when there was a space, the people that were working there would just come and fill with random books. So it was pretty overwhelming. Anyways, let's get on to the books that I got. The most important thing. So I grabbed a copy of Nancy Drew, The Moss-Covered Mansion, and The Quest of the Missing Map. So this is 2 in 1, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it's split right down the middle. I've never seen that, and I also haven't set my eyes on the blue version of the Nancy Drews. I have all of the yellow versions from when I was younger, and then I have my mom's from, I believe, the 70s, and this was an earlier printing still. I have never set eyes on one of the blue ones, so I thought I would just pick one up. It was $2, so, I mean, why not? Love me a good Nancy Drew. Another repeat for me, I grabbed a copy of The Divine Secrets of the Gaia Sisterhood by Rebecca Wells. I actually do not own this cover of this book. I own the movie cover, and my edition is completely falling apart. The pages are coming out. This is one of my favorite books. And I actually did a cover art reimagining for this book, so there is a video that I will either link up above or down below or whatever. Look for that if you want to see me try and draw something. I'd say I did pretty good. So this is one of my favorite books. It's about the relationships between mothers and daughters and just how you never really know what a person has been through and why they are the way that they are. And it's just a book of coming to terms and understanding. And so it's just a book of mothers and daughters coming back together, set in the South. One of my faves. Next, I grabbed a copy of one of the only Barbara Kingsolver books that I do not own already, and this is The Bean Trees. I actually didn't really know what this is about. I just grabbed it because I love Barbara Kingsolver. This is about a woman who grew up in Kentucky and has spent her life trying to get out. And so she eventually does. She rents a car. She goes to Tucson, Arizona, where there are Central American refugees, and she inherits a 3-year-old American Indian girl. It's just their story. Barbara Kingsolver is amazing. If you haven't ever read any of her books, I recommend that you start with either Unsheltered or The Poisonwood Bible. Those are my 2 absolute favorites. So I grabbed this book because I've had, my eye on getting her collection. There's that. Next, I grabbed a copy of Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. This looks like it was a Barnes & Noble version. It's a classic. I don't think I need to go into what it's about. I've never read it, and I thought that I should give it a try. I need to read a classic every once in a while, as everyone needs to. I got The Other Boleyn Girl by Philippa Gregory. So this is about Mary and Anne Boleyn with Henry VIII. Historical fiction novel. I find the Tudors extremely interesting. A couple of shows on Henry VIII and whatnot. I've watched The Other Boleyn Girl, the movie that they made from this. I watched it a long time ago, so I don't really remember, but I've read up on the actual events of what happened, and it's based on that. Then we have The Descendants by Coy Hart Hemmings. And this was made into a movie with Shailene Woodley and George Clooney, and I absolutely loved it. I actually went and saw it with my husband when we weren't even dating yet, and we were just friends. And so this is about a family that are the Kings, and they're Hawaiian royalty. They have this big swatch of undeveloped land in Hawaii, and they're trying to decide if they should sell it. All the while, the wife of the main character was in a horrible accident. She's in a coma, and he finds out some unsavory things about her, and he's going through it with his 2 children. And I just adored the movie. And I've been wanting to read it ever since, but I just haven't picked it up, and it was $2. And I also grabbed Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Again, don't know too much about the book. Oh, this is by Ransom Riggs. I remember when these first came out and seeing the cover and thinking that this was just a very weird paranormal book, which is still what I think. But this is like a brand new copy for $2, so I might as well have it in my collection. It's a novel that mixes fiction and photography, a mysterious island, abandoned orphanage with a collection of peculiar photographs. And it looks like a boy is sent to this island and finds these photographs and realizes that these children were more than just peculiar and that they might still be alive. Super interesting sounding, so I'll pick this up at some point. Next, I found an arc for The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokski. I know that you're not supposed to sell and or buy these, but I just couldn't, I don't know, I couldn't stomach someone else like grabbing it. I don't know. It was $2, so that makes me think that they knew that they weren't supposed to be selling it and that they just kind of threw it into the sale, you know, so that they didn't have to like record that they had it and that they could kind of get rid of it. I've already read this book. You know, there's a band of misfits that are trying to steal a trinket, and they end up getting sucked into a much bigger and grander scheme. That sort of thing. So, yeah. The advanced reader edition of that has all. I've actually never seen or held an advanced reader copy, which also made me really want it. It wasn't my favorite book, but I just couldn't stomach seeing it stay there, or having someone else get it. I don't know. Don't hate on me in the comments, please. I was trying to help. And lastly, I have In the Unlikely Event by Judy Blume. I love me some Judy Blume. And I've seen this book, I believe when it came out, I saw it and I loved the cover, but I wasn't really reading adult works at that time. So I snatched this because it caught my eye, obviously. And this is based on actual events that happened in the early 1950s, when air travel was new, and it's about 3 generations that have been affected by a string of disasters, I believe. Possibly airplane disasters, I'm assuming. And there's obviously the atomic bomb threats, communist threats, and life and love in the aftermath of disaster. So I'll definitely be sinking my teeth into this one when I want a good adult work. Alright, so that is it for my Half Price Books haul. I hope you enjoyed. Comment below if you've read any of these books and let me know what you thought of them. I'll be interested to hear. As always, the doggies and I hope you have a good day, and we'll see you later. Bye! And here is Moxie, the brains behind the operation, and Millie, the comedic relief.